Going 1 hour.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, whatever. Usually about an hour, but whenever we're done.
Okay.
There's nothing's formal. And ask plenty of questions because I run out of shit to say. So,
Okay.
uh where are we? Right. Serious and silliness bodybuilding. And we have a special guest, Dr. Lisa
Story.
Alstoway.
Pretty close. Alice Way.
Alistway. Okay.
Yeah.
She is a urologist. No.
No.
What kind of PhD do you, what is it in?
So I have a doctorate of education and I teach in the Health and
Oh,
Human Performance Department at U of H.
oh, okay. Okay, very cool. And she also has a great podcast and she interviews a lot of bodybuilders. It's a variety channel, but she is a huge bodybuilding fan. I was on that channel.
Twice.
Oh, that's right. We talked about my other channel. That's right. We talked about the
When ratings went through the roof. It was an
yeah,
all-time high
yeah.
for the
Yeah.
doctor. She's still getting phone calls about those segments.
You know
You
what
gotta have them back on.
you know what she did to me? You know what she did to me? The
No.
the interview before me was Lee Priest.
Oh shit. Okay.
I had that's like what was the comparison? I said to her, who was the shortstop that replaced
Oh
Derek
yeah.
Jeter on the Yankees? And she goes, I don't know. I went exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the podcast called?
It's just my name, Lisa Allistway, and it's a
Yeah.
variety show. It's a lot of inspirational, informational videos, health topics, bodybuilding topics, psychology topics, women's health issues, all kinds of things.
Yeah, no, it's actually really interesting. I've seen a bunch of the videos, most of the bodybuilding stuff, but you did have one with all your girlfriends on when you guys went to go see a romantic movie together and you reviewed it.
Yes, it
I
ends
s-
with that.
I
Mhm.
skipped that one, yeah. But today we're going to be talking about bodybuilding and hopefully some of the other guys will be coming in. But before we get started, I have a couple of announcements. I finally have some sponsors. Now, the other sponsor I had a few months back, I don't know if you guys remember, YouTube said, no good, can't do it. It was the peptide website. Even though it was for research purposes only, it goes against YouTube's stands. So I had to drop that one. But I have, here is the shirt. This is called Beer League Warriors Apparel. It's one of those shirts where you don't feel the sweat, sweat free, that kind of thing. Jay, you have microphones through your entire house?
Everything?
I can hear everybody.
No, no. Yeah, Jaden just got home from soccer. Hold on.
I hope they're not talking about anything personal, but
No, no. Hold on, microphone. Dude, we just got this new computer and
just trying
I'm
to
not
figure
the
it out.
most computer savvy person.
It's in
Join the
the
club.
bottom left. There should be like a microphone mute.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, I'll just go on. Beer League Warriors apparel. It's like one of those like sweat free shirts. So instead of buying a Nike shirt this week, go to Instagram, Beer League Warriors apparel. It will be in the description. It starts in October, but you can put your orders in now. They're pretty cool shirts. And it's the guy just started up a company. He's got another podcast actually, and I was on his podcast. It's called "An Offer You Can't Refuse" because he does a lot of gangster stuff. And so go there and buy one of his shirts. And the other one, I don't have a commercial ready yet, but it's a HRT clinic, Jersey Alternate Medicine. And once I get that up and I'll be working on the commercial this weekend, and that'll be up and running. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about, man. Um, First of all, does anybody give a shit that Chris Bumpstead is with Jim Shark? Like, I don't. We could skip that one. I don't give a shit. Do you care
Sure,
about that?
Jim Shark does. They're probably raking it in now with all his followers.
Yeah,
Good for
not for
him.
nothing, but the guy. Yeah, I mean, good for him. Whatever he touches turns to gold. It's unbelievable, but it's just unreal. It's just he's one of those guys that his entire life he's gonna be, he's the kind of guy that goes to casino and they like refuse to gamble with him because he wins every time. Yeah,
Mhm.
his whole life has been yes. His
Yeah,
entire
he's
life.
He's a 5 or 6 time Mr. Olympia. He's
Yeah,
worked his ass
exactly.
off.
And he's not
He
even like
earns it.
30
He
yet.
earns it. Nothing's
I'm
given
not
to
saying
him.
I'm not saying he's not earns it, but he's pretty lucky dude.
I thought that the announcement was pretty anticlimactic, though, the way that they did
Yeah.
that. And if they do it again, people are going to be like, not falling for that again.
Yeah, I
But
thought
I
it was
think that was staged. I think
yeah,
that was all for hype.
yeah,
I thought
absolutely.
I thought it was interesting, but
I would love to know how much they pay him. And it has to be a small fortune, but I think he's got a percentage of the company now.
well, I think that's what it is. Because just like he did with Raw or Revive,
Yeah.
they gave him a percentage, and look how their sales, probably went up tenfold, since he's been part of that company. And I know some people that work there that are killing it international now, and
Yeah.
dude, it's not an easy industry. I can tell you that.
I can
It,
only imagine. Good, dog.
it is a billion-dollar company. So he's already rich. He's going to be richer. I'm just wondering if down the line we'll see a C-Bum Classic. What do y'all think?
What do you mean a C-Bump Classic?
Like an Arnold Classic and all of that.
Oh,
Legacy.
I don't know.
It might start with a couple local NPC shows if he goes that route.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe I was thinking a C-Bum line from Gymshark.
Well, yeah, initially, but I'm like, let's move beyond like supplements and t-shirts. Like what else can you do with regards to your legacy,
Yeah. You make a good point because a lot of guys, Jay does that. Dr. A, I don't know if you know, but Jason was an elite professional bodybuilder at one point, and now he is an NPC promoter and a soccer mom.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Oh, he also has I Prevail subs.
Yeah, I own a sports supplement company too.
Yeah, he's pretty
Not
busy.
as not as big as C-Bomb, but I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
And he's also the assistant coach for the New York Giants. But
I
he
wouldn't
does
want that job right
but he
now.
does he does it from the couch every Sunday.
Right. I'm already retired from that.
Yeah, he's also an assistant coach for the Yankees, the Knicks, and the Rangers
Yeah.
too. Anyway, all right. So let's talk about what happened. Well, actually, before we get into like this, there's another death in bodybuilding. This Ilya Golem. I mean, I knew who he was. It was more of a social media dude. Did you know who he was, Jay? Or
Personally, but I knew the
yeah.
name.
Now I don't know. I watched Nick Trigili's recap on Instagram, and apparently the guy died of kidney and liver damage. But I wanted you to explain something. He apparently, according to Nick, he used to use a lot of synthol, which I know what synthol is, but he used to use a lot of PMAA, which is the same crap Rich Piana used to use. But I don't know what PMAA is. Do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
A type of peptide?
I don't think so.
it's
I
some
think
kind
it's
of
more
oil.
Mm.
of some sort of arachidonic acid or inflammatory acid, which I'm assuming just by the name of it and by who used it that it's an injectable oil
Right.
acidic based substance that, similar to synthol, probably has some sort of bonding agent, bonds to the muscle cells, which also causes long-term damage. And when that stuff breaks down in your bloodstream, it
Extremely toxic, right?
well, it's not really the toxicity you have to worry about. It's where it flows, where it breaks down. It could bond to arteries and valves in your heart, and that shit just flushes through your system and has to, because it has that ligament gum or bonding gum to it. It's got to stick to something. So after long, extended periods of time, you get plaque buildup or other buildup that just attracts other type of foreign substances that travel through your vascular system, and you see where it ends up.
Yeah, supposedly he was at almost 400 pounds, but a lot of it was from the PMA. And if you saw, he had the same look Rich Piana had too, right? Where not a lot of muscle separation, just like a really big
bloating, a lot of swelling and inflammation, and
right. Yeah,
improper circulation. Yeah, that's a
And
deadly look.
he was still in his 30s, right?
36.
Really young.
Yeah, That it's not. I mean, it's unbelievable what's happening, but that's way too young. That's insanely young. Supposedly he had a lot of infections from the injections as well. I used synthol before. Don't get me wrong, okay? No angel when it comes to that stuff, but I would use it
PMAA or PAA?
PMAA, I believe. But I would use it in my shoulders because I don't have very good cap shoulders when I used to compete, so I would cap them off a little bit. And I remember I used to put 3 cc's of synthol in every other shoulder, and each shoulder every other day, rather. Sorry, and it would work, right? But I remember, like, by the second week, it was very difficult to inject it into those spots, right? It was extremely difficult for some reason. And I'm thinking to myself, how much of this crap are these guys taking? Because they're just taking it to give an appearance for social media uh, reasons.
So it's methacrylic acid, which I thought it was a different type of acid, but this is it basically does the same thing as what I described.
Mm-hmm. How much of this crap are they using? And
I don't know. I've never heard
I
of
mean,
it
it's
before.
got to, because if you saw him, he had the same look as Rich Piana. The bicep, the tricep, the shoulders, chest. It just had this huge. And like I said, I've used it before when I competed to give my shoulders, not PMMA, right, synthol, to give my shoulders a more of a capped look. But I can only imagine how much these, because you get a bottle like this, it's like that big, it's maybe 50 cc's, and it's like $150 or something like that. I can only imagine how much money they're spending on it and how much they're putting in themselves. And yeah, it would make sense that he would get infections because I remember using it, and it would be after, like I said, 2 weeks or 3 weeks doing it. It'd be so difficult to inject it into the spots that you needed it. It was like I would be like pushing down on the plunger like nobody's business, you know. So I
Is
don't
this
know. I'm
is this
sorry.
stuff legal? Is this underground? Is this
Synthol is
probably
legal.
tainted?
I don't know if PMAA is or not.
It's not it's technically not a drug. You know, legal. What's the difference? I mean, they don't care. It's not.
Yeah, but
That
synthol
doesn't
you could
enter that
buy,
doesn't enter the conversation. But
like
I'm
you
trying
could
to
buy
look at it right
synthol
now.
on Dave Palumbo's website. You could buy
Yeah,
synthol.
it's not sold. It's not sold for the way it's intended to be used.
Ah, I see what you're
Synthol
saying.
was sold as a topical oil. You rub it on your muscles, and but
Ah,
that's not how it's used.
right. You rub it on your muscles.
The PMAA, and if this is even what it is, I'm not even sure if this is what it is. But from what I'm reading here, it's a dermal filler. Yeah, this is it. All right, so it's a dermal filler. They use it for facial reconstruction. It's an injection. It's molding. It's basically molding through your body, and they're injecting
Jesus.
it. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's used to fill spots, and they're using it in their biceps and shoulders, which ultimately is going to suffocate the cells. And as we know from recent exposure, causes very detrimental side effects.
Yeah, it's first of all, it's sad. It's tragic. The guy's only 36 years old. Okay, that's number one. But the second thing is, I don't understand. Like, is it body dysmorphia? Because how big do you have to get? Because in his last couple of videos, he was downsized dramatically, and he was still a big dude, you
Mhm.
know. And I mean, Rich Piana didn't really have to be that big. His personality and his online presence was enough to push him to a social media status that he wanted to be in. So I think it's more of a mental thing. Like I think they're addicted to the size.
I think it's that, and also pressure. It's pressure to stay on the top. Like even for Rich, he had to, keep that up.
Yeah, I get it, but we've seen bodybuilders that downsize and they're still on top, like Jake Cutler, right? He keeps himself in great shape, but he's not nearly as big as he
These
used to
guys
be.
have real muscle. They're not using shit like that. I mean, this
Right,
is
right, 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 right.
this is the what I'm reading right here. It's a filler. It's a muscle filler. that helps you, bring up lagging body parts and make them look like they're your stronger body parts. And as I'm reading right here, this filler lasts in your system for up to 5 years. I mean, that's not something you want
Wow, really?
floating through your bloodstream.
And these guys use tons of it.
I don't know. I don't know what they use or how much or even if you're sure it's PMAA they're using.
According to Nick Trigili on his latest
He always knows. So
according to Nick Trigili on his latest Instagram, it's all PMAA.
Well, thank God for social media, because we'd be out in the dark if it wasn't for Nick and his posts, right?
We'd be up Schitt's Creek right now.
Yeah, it's sad though. It's a cautionary tale. If anybody is abusing it and so forth, they might look at this and learn from it.
We're not. Probably not.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what's nice.
You bodybuilders, Lisa, you should know better than that.
You know what's nice, Dr. A, is that you bring a woman's perspective.
Thank you.
Which is a little bit more innocent than our perspective.
Well, I have a question. How many women do you have that actually watch your channel? Have you looked at your stats?
Yes, almost none. Yeah, I
3
know.
women.
Yeah, no, I don't even think I have that many on both channels. What's up, Luke?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen
Luke
and ladies?
This is Dr. Lisa Alstway.
No, Alistway.
Alistway. I'm sorry, Alistway.
Yes.
And she is a gynecologist.
I was a urologist. Now I'm a gynecologist.
Originally, I thought you were a proctologist. Yeah.
Oh God.
Show us your tool. Show us your tool. Just stick your finger up. Anyway, but she has not a bodybuilding. It's a variety show, but she interviews a lot of bodybuilders. So she is going to be joining us today. You look good, dude. You look like you're one of Puffy's dudes. Wrong term. All right, not Puffy. Forget I said Puffy. You look like one of Mayweather's dudes.
Oh, shoot. That's, man, I need Mayweather's money.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I don't know why Puffy jumped in my head. I think it was a Freudian slip. And where are you? You're not usually you're working. Where are you?
Well, I'm home. My shift changed, so I work in the mornings now.
Oh, that's good. Good. All right, cool. What you all right, so let's talk about Hunter. What'd you guys think of Hunter? I was underwhelmed.
Well, I think he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. But I don't think what I mean by underwhelmed is the caliber of the lineup that he was in. I thought he was going to just blow everybody away.
Oh.
And I don't think he was too far off from Andrea Presti, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, that depends on, if Andre Presti came in shape too. So
yeah, big time. Yeah, absolutely. But I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, I thought he was going to show up, and when I looked at the lineup, I'm like, this is going to be a blowout, right? Now he won. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was a blowout. I thought he was going to do what Andrew Jack did in Texas when he came out, and it was like, all right, everybody else could go home, right? Where
I thought he clearly won.
No, he did, but I don't think it was a blowout. Right. I think I don't think he came on stage. I don't think there was this tremendous difference between 1 and 2.
Look, leave that all aside, for a second. I thought it was the best Hunter we've seen.
And here's the thing though. And I know it's the Olympia, but if that's the best Hunter we've seen, and it wasn't a blowout in a weak lineup, no disrespect to the other bodybuilders, how's he going to do with the Olympia?
Well, from a conditioning point of view, he's made progress. He's got a few weeks left for the Olympia. If he can continue with that, I mean, look, ultimately, dude, he's got a great physique. I think I'm his hardest critic just because I expect, a lot from him, and he's capable of doing so much. But I really thought he still needs to tighten it up a little more. But I think it was the best package he's brought to the stage with. Those areas that needed to be filled in, they were filled in. his lower erectors, his lower lats, they were a little more
No,
flowy.
his back
From-
definitely, he
From a
brought up his
physique
back.
standpoint, his chest even looked better where he has that tear. In certain poses, it didn't look like it was filled with maybe PMA,
Yeah,
but it was a better look. It was definitely one of the best looks I've seen from Hunter. He needs to continue with this, for the Olympia if he's going to be a top placing, contestant.
I'll give my opinion, but I want Dr. Lisa's opinion on it. Did you watch it?
I saw a picture of him on Instagram, and they were commenting that he had like a hernia or something.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, his stomach, he doesn't have like, if you see the legs and ab shot from the other guys' abs are incredible. And he still has that kind of bloat, that pouch. I don't know if it's a hernia. And he does lack a little muscle separation, especially when he hits his most muscular between his shoulders and his chest. Now I'm splitting hairs here, okay? And the reason why I'm splitting hairs here is because it's only a few years ago that he came in fourth. Was it fourth at the Olympia?
Yeah.
And he's been kind of like, with the new blood coming up and these guys getting better every year. And I'm not saying he didn't get better. From the back, he clearly got better. But the progress, and we'll look it up, the progress that these guys have made, Samson, Derek, Andrew, it's, I feel like they're leaving him in the dust when it comes to progress every year.
No, I don't think so. I think the way that he look, if he makes improvements come the Olympics, which is a little more conditioning, he'd be in that top 6.
You think so?
Yeah, I believe so. He'll be in that top 6.
Well, who would he'd have to knock somebody out. Who would you think he would knock out?
Who could he beat?
Right.
Out of the current top 6.
The only guy out, like, first of all, the thing is, we don't know what Brandon looks like. He does not put a lot of progress pics up, and which is unlike him. Usually Brandon puts up, that shot in that little doorway every year, and he looks incredible. He might be getting a little older, so he might drop out of the top 6. But we're guessing because we don't know what he looks like. But I don't think he could beat Derek. I don't think he could beat Hottie. I don't think he could beat Samson. I don't think he could beat Andrew Jack, especially the new Andrew Jack. And then you got to there's Brandon. After that,
Nick Walker.
I don't think he could beat Nick Walker. After that, now you're talking about even the guys that from 6 to 10 are still good. You talk about Mo Fuda. You're talking about Rafael Brandao, Akeem Williams, John De La Rosa. Who is the other guy? Martin Fitzwater. And God knows who else I'm forgetting.
He comes in condition, he'll beat Nick Walker.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, his structure is better than Nick Walker's.
That's true.
If he comes in condition with his structure and everything, he can beat Nick Walker.
He did beat Nick Walker at the Olympia once. That's when he came in 4th and Nick came in 5th. You're right about that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to see. Me personally, I was expecting a blowout, but it looked like, when I looked at him, it looked like he was the best out of the bunch, but slightly better. It wasn't like, wow. But then again, maybe I'm expecting too much for him. Maybe this is the best he could do.
Or maybe everybody else showed up with their A game.
Yeah, maybe everybody else was on. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Did you guys see what I sent you? I didn't send this to you today, Doctor, because I don't know your sense of humor yet. But I'm going to show you guys something I thought it's a scene in a movie with Vince Vaughn. Did you guys watch it? Because I sent it to you guys. I sent it to you. I watched this 3 times and it gets funnier every time I watch it. Did you think it was funny, Luke, or am I just an idiot?
Yeah, I liked it.
You see that on the group or personal?
The group. I'll show it to you right now, though. Hold on. Oh God, look at that. Where are we here?
We're in the car, right?
Oh yeah, it was so funny.
I want to see that attachment that Alyssa sent you.
I'm gonna shit my pants, but that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Actually, Ken, that's not okay. Okay?
There's not a world that exists where that would be okay.
Well, in this world, it does exist. This is real. You gotta embrace it, because I'm not getting out of this vehicle.
Ken, you don't shit in the car.
All men are forced to make difficult decisions. This is mine. We're too close, and I have come too far.
I hear everything you're saying. You don't shit in the car, Ken. Just don't. You don't shit in the car.
It's a rental. You pay a cleaning fee. Everybody moves on.
Now, it's a rental that I rented. Now, most people wouldn't even tell me that they had to shit. They just would make up an excuse and they'd get out of the car, okay? You're a grown man, Ken. Go walk to the restroom. Go shit in the fucking brush. I really don't care. Just figure it out and go and take a... Holy shit. Late 30s. Slim build, 5'1". Seems cheerful enough.
My white whale. Oh, there she was.
Jesus Christ! What kind of animal? Are you serious? Are you fucking crazy? Jesus Christ, you can't just take a shit in a car.
I know, I'm sorry. To be fair, this is like my beach in Norman.
No, it's not. This isn't heroic. This is bad stomach management. Your ass smells like a fucking outhouse at a carnival. Go.
I'm gonna shit my pants.
All right. I thought that was funny. You know what it is? Maybe it's because I work in a shit plant.
I was about to say there's some kind of reason that you sent this. There's some sort of
yeah, there's a connection.
internal psychological reason.
Oh shit, I can't.
Doctor, you could fill us in on
No comment over
some
here.
trauma that John must have gone through for him to find these segments that
I can't be
us
the only
here.
one. It's in a movie and it's supposed to be funny. So so what'd you think of Kai Green's guest posing where he looked like a cheetah or something?
He's wearing that like curtain cape thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not into that.
I mean, he's
whole-
artistic. You can't take that
Yeah.
part away from him.
Yeah, I'm just not into the autistic thing. Like, to me, bodybuilding, and you guest pose, it's supposed to be, you know, Mike Matarazzo, you know, Kai Green, the biggest, freakiest person on stage, like literally jumps into the crowd and scares people with the size
well,
of him.
that was Kai Green.
Hey,
It's a
hey.
different
Oh,
form.
did I say Kai Green? I
You
apologize.
did.
I'm an idiot. I meant Mike Matarazzo, Akeem Williams. Sorry, I meant Akeem. Kai, Akeem.
Well, look, Kai, the fact that he's still drawing a crowd and making money doing this, good for him. Obviously, his physique is not what it used to be, but dude, he's an entertainer,
Yeah.
and he's known for his posing routines, which, look, nowadays, dude, it goes unnoticed that the lack of effort. Not all of them, a majority of people put into the posing routines nowadays, but so I commend him on the effort he puts in. Wasn't for me, but I commend him. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
Yeah. He looked like a fucking idiot. Sorry. It's just ridiculous.
I love Kai, dude. He's a great guy. And,
I would love to know how much they paid him because it wasn't in the States. It was somewhere. Where was it? It was somewhere in the Middle East or something like that, which is the only place you could command that kind of money. I don't know. Luke, what'd you think? Is that the kind of posing routine you're going to do at the Legion?
No. Kai Green actually used to be one of my favorite bodybuilders, and
Back in the day, yeah.
What the heck happened? Like,
Yeah.
he's not holding up to the same standard, Luke.
A couple of things. The first thing is, do you think he put on all that makeup and stuff to hide the fact that he's not in the shape he used to be, like a camouflage, if you will?
Of course, he didn't want to show his physique. If he had it, he wouldn't be wearing that, obviously.
Right.
But dude, I remember Kamali, dude, King Kamali, who we all love King.
Yeah.
He used to paint himself silver and come out and guest pose. But dude, he would still have
sure.
his physique, and he wasn't in great shape, and that's why he did it.
Yeah.
But he was still in his prime. He still had fucking tons of muscle. He still
Right,
pulled it out, and he entertained the hell out of the crowd, and people loved it. Because you cared more for the silhouette. But with this, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
It was the curtain he was wearing, and I didn't even go into it at full length. There was only so much I could physically
Watch,
take
yeah.
of watching that. So
The difference between
grain of salt.
yeah, no, absolutely. The difference between Kai and King Kamali guest posing, and I think, I think this is is the fact that King is my friend, and I don't know Kai, so I automatically think King is a better guest poser.
He was a great guest. No, Kai's a great guest poser,
No,
but
I
this is
don't. Yeah,
10 years after retirement. I don't even know
King
if it's
used to
10
do that
years, but
robot thing, but I'm very biased when it comes to friends. Like I if I had another proctologist, I would still think Dr. Lisa would be the best proctologist because she's just my friend, and I know she's good with rectums.
Oh
you're
my
loyal. You're
God.
loyal to a fault.
I hope you have somebody that will clip that out.
So,
Like out, not replay it.
No, you would jump headfirst into the deep end. You could have came on
Oh my
Anabolic
God.
Academy with me. No, anyway, I'm only busting balls. Yeah. So Kai looked. I don't know. It wasn't for me. And I know he's very artsy, and I know he's a great guest poser, and I know he's very acrobatic and athletic. It wasn't for me. I'm not into it. Whatever. Blah blah
what about
blah.
Dorian? His accident.
What do you mean?
Dorian got in a car accident.
Dorian?
Our
Dorian
You didn't see?
Yates?
No,
Oh.
no.
I didn't know.
He didn't. No, he didn't
know.
tell me. Yeah, I didn't hear nothing.
Oh.
He posted on social media. He crashed his Corvette.
Whoa.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
Hold on,
you didn't
let me
see it? I
see.
saw it today.
No.
Is he
Shit.
okay?
He's
We'll find-
okay. Pull it up.
Yeah.
He walked away from it. I think he hydroplaned or there you go.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Yesterday.
Whoa. I didn't even
Send
see
him
this.
send him a message, dude. Let him know you're thinking of him.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh man, that's a beautiful
shake you up.
car too. Yeah,
I'm
you ain't kidding.
surprised. That's why you didn't mention it. I didn't realize you didn't hear.
I didn't even know. Oh wow, he really destroyed that car. Wow. Oh, the airbag went off and everything.
Yeah.
Well, at least he walked away okay. Wow. He's too damn big for that little ass car anyway.
Right.
Wow. Oh, man. I did not see that. All right. I got to call him after. Well, I'll shoot him a text message. Too late to call him, but that sucks, man. And I used to have the same car in black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have but then I got the Charger, and then I decided I wanted a Harley Davidson.
Mentioned the story of the elephant and the mouse. Do you ever hear that?
No, go ahead.
Dr. Lisa, did you ever hear the story of the elephant and the mouse?
Mm-mm. No.
It's bad timing because of Dorian's accident, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Just to tell you.
Okay.
So there's an elephant and a mouse, and they're walking down the country road. 1 second. So the mouse falls into this ditch, okay, and he can't get out. So the elephant pulls out his penis, throws it down the ditch, and the mouse climbs out, okay? So they continue further down this path. Now the elephant, he falls into this ginormous ditch. The mouse becomes frantic. He doesn't know what to do. He's jumping up and down. Oh my God, how am I going to help? How am I going to help? He goes, I'll be right back. He goes in and gets a Corvette. Okay. Takes a Corvette, pulls it up to the ditch, ties a chain around the Corvette, throws it down the ditch, pulls the elephant out. What's the moral of the story?
No.
You have a big dick. You don't need a Corvette.
Say again?
Sorry, Dorian. It was not meant for you. I know you're well hung.
Can you say that again? I didn't catch the punchline.
If you have a big dick, you don't need a Corvette.
Oh,
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
got it.
Man. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Dude, that's an old one. You never heard that?
Yeah, but I had a Corvette and a Charger. I'm screwed. All right. So talk about weak lineups. And by the way, Nexella pulled out of the UK too, the UK Pro. So that's number 5 he pulled out of this year. I don't know. I think I think he's just way too young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
look, I mean, look at big, like I said, look at Big Ramy.
Yeah, but I mean,
Ramy,
mentally. I mean, mentally, I think he's just too. Because how old is he? 26.
yeah, it
I
took
think is
Ramy
he
a while before he got into his own.
groove. Yeah,
Yeah, so he'll mature into it if bodybuilding is what he likes to do. I hope
yeah,
he's being pushed to do it.
yeah. I hope so too because the guy's got great talent. But that's I think he's just honestly, I think he's a young 26 where mentally he's not ready for all this. I mean, he was pretty much an overnight success. You know, he turned pro less than a year ago and everybody was talking about him immediately. And then went into a show on only because the show was the next day and came in what third, or I think third, right behind of was the Brazilian guy. It was Samson that one, and then the Brazilian guy, I can't think of his name, Horse MD, and I think he took third. And all of a sudden, everybody's talking about this monster, and you know the fame and recognition might be much too much to handle. You know, that's best case scenario. Put it that way. You know, worst case scenario, something physical, right? But I think it's just going to take some time before he really matures and is able to really buckle down and diet right and train right and then get on stage and do damage. Hopefully by next year he'll figure it out. But you know, it might take a couple of years. Who knows? Or like you said, he might not do it at all. He might like the same for me. You know, we've seen it before. Let's see. Okay, so the lineup for this one. I have to obviously Andrea Presti. Oh, did I send it to you, Lisa? I did. I did send it to you.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Right off the bat, you immediately look at Presti because he was in a show last week, and Patrick Moore. But we have not seen Patrick Moore in some time. In the last couple of showings, he didn't really look good. But I'm going to call an upset here. I know everybody's going to say Andrew Presti. I think Lewis Breed is going to win this one. Because if you look at the lineup, Lewis Breed is clearly the biggest, hardest, grainiest bodybuilder on that stage. Yeah, his waist is a little thick, but he's so much stronger in everything else besides the rest of them. That I think he's gonna be able to outmuscle and outcondition Presti. What do you guys think?
I think Lisa's pulling for Patrick Moore because that's our hometown favorite.
Oh,
He's in
that's
the
right.
lineup, so he's
Well,
gonna.
Yeah, he's from Spring, which is a suburb of Houston.
Oh, is it really?
Mhm.
Let's look him up, and I'll show you what I mean by.
And this is for the Europa Pro. I don't think you mentioned.
Yes, this is
Europa.
this is the Europa Pro. This is in the UK, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the UK. Yeah. So Lewis Breed. And I've been wanting this guy to come on, Lewis Breed. Where is he? But this guy, like his waist is a little big. Don't get me wrong, but he comes in shape, you know, and he's big and massive, and he's hard and grainy, and his legs are insane. You know, this was Texas. Yeah, I forgot what place he came in Texas. I don't remember. So this is how many days out? This is 1 day ago. And you can see what I mean here. And I know he's a little light in the hamstrings, but his back and glutes and the rest of him are just his arm. He's just really a relatively.
Your metabolism is insane.
Yeah.
So what?
Relatively very talented bodybuilder. But in this lineup, I think he could dominate because you know the best guy is Andre, Bruno, and Patrick Moore. Let's look to see what Patrick Moore is. I have not seen what he looks like. Patrick Moore. Was this recent? Yeah, this is 6 days ago. He doesn't look like he changed much. Still looks just like the same Patrick Moore. He's got a beautiful physique. Don't get me wrong. And I think it was in that 2000. I believe it was 2018 or 2019 Olympia, where he kind of shocked everybody. He broke the top 10. And then ever since then, he kind of hasn't been the same, right? I don't know, Jay. Weigh in on because let me
It's
see.
different year, different show, different guys.
This is a week ago, and he how old is Patrick Moore now?
I thought he was close to 40 a couple of years ago. But I'm not. I haven't been good at guessing people's age, so
Yeah, tell me about it.
I don't know.
Bodybuilders always seem to look younger than what they are.
Or older. C-Bum looks older.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I think obviously that's going to be the top guys, but I think it's going to be Lewis Breed. Everybody's talking about Andre Presley. Don't get me wrong. I know he's good, but I really think that it's going to be Lewis Breed's show. And here is Presti.
He could do well. I mean, he's
And this was him and Hunter,
yeah.
right? See what I mean, Jay, when we talk about Hunter, you see how the lack of muscle separation from shoulder to chest, so where you could kind of see.
That's the
Hey,
one.
Yeah, to be honest, dude, I don't like this shot of him. I saw better shots than this.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Same thing. All right, you see this most muscular. You see when you look at Andre Presti's most muscular, and you
He
can
looks
see
a
them.
little flat across the top.
Yeah, right. And that's
I mean,
what
he
I
might
mean.
be in
Like,
transition here. It's hard to tell with pictures, and
um,
still that film of water that he's got to learn to get rid of. But
and
I like the shaved head on him.
yeah, then he kind of like, well, he was losing his hair
Yeah,
anyway.
he looks
And
good.
and again, I know I'm splitting hairs because I'm splitting hairs because the Olympia's around the corner, right? And the separation of his quads doesn't go all the way up. All these things matter in the Olympia. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Jay. I don't have to tell you. Jesus, you've been there several times. And this is what I mean by you see this little. He's got that little pouch going. I don't know if it's a hernia. It
Yeah,
might.
that's not going to get better. He's going to need surgery for that. It looks like it's the start well, he's had it a little while, but it looks
Yeah.
like it's starting to become more relevant. And
Yeah.
you can't help but notice it now.
Right. Right.
Any back shots?
Let's see. So
Does he
even
get-
this. Good.
Does he get counted down on the judging? Like, and how much does that affect his points
For what?
for the hernia?
Well, so from my point of view, I haven't judged in years, but I judged a few shows on an amateur level. But I talked to a lot of the judges, and it's not technically where they take points off, but if it's causing a disruption in your look where this guy now looks better, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you that way where. This guy had a hernia and he wasn't marked down. Well, technically, you're not marked down for having a hernia. If you could hide it and get away with it and show it as best as you can in poses, you'll edge out the other guy. If you can't, and it looks bad and somebody else looks better, they're going to get the nod.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to probably when he diets down harder and harder, you could probably becomes more and more visible, right?
Right in that section, right over his belly button, and he's still trying to pull in a vacuum there, which he used to have a good vacuum, but that's a distension there, which looks like it's most likely a hernia.
Yeah. Let's see if there's a back shot. Because his back, okay, his back definitely improved.
Dude,
100%. But he's got striations in his glutes and his hamstrings, but it's not super peeled to be a top tier Olympian, in my opinion.
I agree.
So if you
But
were to
he's-
place him in the top 10, you think he's like 7th place?
I think he's lower. In my opinion, I think he's going to come in 9th to 10th, if that. The new blood coming in is no joke. And we talk about this all the time. The new guys coming in and the guys that are reigning are getting better and better. We'll look up Samson in a little bit and Derek. These guys are getting better and better. I don't know how they improve every year. It's unbelievable. But
That's what they do. They're pro athletes.
yeah,
They
but
get better every year.
but Samson gets better. Samson has been getting better every year for the last like 4 years. It's unbelievable. the new talent coming up is no joke. And the older, even John De La Rosa, we probably saw the best John De La Rosa we've ever seen this year. Like I said, guys like Mo Fuda, guys like Martin Fitzwater. A lot of people thought Martin Fitzwater should have beat Nick Walker at the New York Pro, me included. And I'm a Nick Walker fan. I love the Freaks. And I was there and I saw it, and I was like, Martin could take this. And Nick edged it out. It was close. And Nick's a top 5 Olympian, and you got Martin coming in now. It's not going to be this year is not going to be easy for these guys. It's not,
Forgot about Fitzwater. He looks good too.
Who?
Fitzwater. He's starting to look good.
Yeah, we'll look him up too. He's starting to bring it in, see, and the muscle separation from chest to shoulders and the lack of striations and this shot and the pouch
This
thing.
has to be night show pictures, because I saw other pictures from prejudging, and I didn't see these, dude. He was tighter.
Maybe
he was much tighter at prejudging. I don't like the shots of hair, and it doesn't look like what I saw when I was giving him the praise before.
Let me see if there was a prejudging. No, I think this is it. I think this is the final call out.
Final call out, so that's prejudging.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was, like I said, I didn't think it was a blowout. I thought he won, but I didn't think it was a blowout. And like this shot here, okay, he wins this shot. Okay. Clearly, he had the best back in this lineup. But you're talking about, a second tier bodybuilder, Andrea Presti, and the rest of these guys are probably third tier bodybuilders. Right? All right, let's check out who else do we want to check out? Fitzwater. Oh, he blocked me. I can't fucking see him.
How about Samson?
Samson. Okay. Samson. Yeah, but Samson. Because I remember when he got arrested last year and I reported on it and he blocked me after that.
Oh.
Yeah. Samson looks he has this one shot where I hope this one. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like this, no, the one shot that he put up. And I'm like, his legs looks like a Clydesdale. And I don't, and even he's not, this is what I mean by getting better. He's not even, this is a side tricep, obviously, but you could see the striations in his far pec from this shot alone. Right?
Yeah, he ain't playing around, dude.
Yeah, he is he very possibly could take this. Those top 3 could definitely be flip-flopped. And I'm trying to see the I know we looked at these last week, but these shots have definitely gotten better in the last couple of years, because his knock was always like his back and the lack of striations and definition in his glutes and hamstrings. And this is 5 weeks out, 6 weeks out, something like that. Yeah, about 6 weeks out. And he just looks phenomenal, man. And his calves look like he doesn't have any weak spots, Do
you think he'll nail the conditioning?
I think he's the best he's the best guy that he's gonna have it. And to be fair, every time he's with his wife, he gets it. He nails the conditioning. Because he won the Prague Pro last year. I believe it was the Prague Pro. And he looked better at that Prague Pro than he did at the Olympia. And his wife was training him for the Prague Pro. Everybody wants to crap on his wife. So don't get me wrong. I don't know what the deal is. But every time she's with him, I'm not taking anything away from Milos. Milos was the guy who brought him from second tier to top tier 100%. It's not even close, right? He Arnold Classic win. But she's just able to bring him in harder. I don't know if it's the cheerleading that helps, or I don't know if it's she's there smacking the food out of his hand or making sure he does the cardio that he needs to do. And, whatever she's doing, whether it's nagging or cheerleading, is working.
Yeah.
Let me see if RX has Martin Fitzwater, because I know I saw him, but I know he blocked me. Yeah, here he is. Okay. Let's see.
That's not the recent one.
This was a day ago, but this was This
It was
was
posted a day ago. I don't know if this is from a
yeah.
day ago.
I don't know either, but this is what RX has on. You know, he's also got he still has 4.5 weeks. You know, and we saw what Hunter did in 2 weeks. He looked like a different person. But this kid's got great God given shape. And he's got plenty of size. And if he could just nail the conditioning, he's gonna be dangerous. You see what I mean by this the separation in his legs all the way up to the top, and he's only 4.5 weeks out. You see what I mean, Jay?
Yeah, I know.
Hunter doesn't seem to have that for some reason. I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know if it's I have no idea.
Yeah, Hunter still needs to fine tune that dry, streamlined look. Still looks, a little soggy for lack of a better term.
And I think
Um,
and it might be the best that he could do. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
like Martin will do well. Here's where Martin moves up in the lineup. Okay, is Martin looks great in the individual poses. In transition, he could get lost a little bit. So he's going to be one of these guys that gets a second look once they open up in the front bicep, but the front standing relaxed shot when they really get a good look at the guys and start going through the quarter turns and realize who they're going to, put together for the call outs. He could get lost in the lineup a little bit. But when he's in the actual poses, that's what's gonna give Martin an extra call here or there. So he could squeak ahead when they start comparing people and they start grinding it out. But Martin, hopefully he dials it in right and great
Looks like
physique. He's complete.
it looks like he's on track. I mean, he's not as
And he gets
on
in
track.
shape, dude. He
Yeah,
gets in shape.
yeah, he definitely gets in shape. And like when he turns around and he hits those back shots, you can see the hamstrings and his glutes already. Again, it's not Samson, but this is a young man who's making his way and coming up and finally doing some damage. Let's look at Mo Food. I haven't looked at him because he's another guy that uh this guy just impresses the hell out of me, man. He really is good. Is this recently? This was a week ago. He's got such a small waist, and it looks like he packs on so much muscle. Let's see if we. So when was this? This was 2 days ago. Where the hell is he posing in a fire department?
Where is he from?
Egypt. Yeah, he's got to bring it in a little tighter. Don't get me wrong, but he has an impressive physique. What show did he win? He won Tampa, right? Yeah, he won Tampa. And was it Tampa or Chicago? No, he won Chicago. He came in second to De La Rosa in Tampa, right? And this is what you know. That's impressive, man. That's a big dude. you know. I just don't get that. Again, I know I'm shitting on the guy, and I don't get that wow factor from Hunter like I get from this guy. What do you think, Doc? Since we looked at everything, what do you think?
I think Samson's gonna win the Olympia.
Really?
He's a favorite, so maybe I'm biased.
No, that's okay. He's my favorite too. But you know what? But Derek, those back shots of Derek working out. Did you see those back shots from today?
Not today, but
Oh,
yes.
it's just unbelievable. Like that his let's look it up because his back is just insane.
Is that genetic? Is that just hard work? Is it all of that? Like to pack that on?
I mean, it's just.
Or is that synthol?
No, that's definitely not synthol. No,
that's not PMAA.
No. That is muscle. That is just.
I mean, it moves. It looks real. The PMAA stuff, you could tell it has a shitty synthetic look to it, and people should not be using it.
This was from last week, but I thought he had a newer one.
But the back is only one body part, so.
Yeah, well, this is his
No, he's
front.
got it all. Derek's got it all.
He really and for a guy that's so short and packs on so much muscle, his X frame, his waist is very, very small. You know, he doesn't. His stomach is not bloated or nothing like that. And listen, let's not forget Hottie too. I mean, we'll look at Hottie, but this is what I mean. I don't know how these guys work out together. I would not want to be in the same room with the guy who beat me last year or didn't beat me last year or whatever the case may be.
Don't have a choice.
Yeah, exactly. But if you look up Hottie too, I mean, this guy is just that most muscular on Hottie is like it's insane. Where is it? That's a little bit. We can't really see it too well, but let's see if I can get a better one. See if we. There we go. Yeah, that's just. You know what Hottie looks like? Do you remember that character that used to fight Bugs Bunny, in wrestling? Remember Bugs Bunny used to come out as, and the wrestler was the Crusher. That was the wrestler. Remember that? That's what he looks like.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
So he's already in the States and he's training.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Look at the legs on him. Look at the oh my God, that's the cross striations in his legs, and he's still got 4 weeks to go.
So he's bigger this year than last year?
I don't know if he's bigger, but it looks like he's gonna come in tighter. I don't know. Anyway, what time is it? Damn, that's an hour already. So, Doctor, what do you think? You like coming on Muscle Talk?
Yeah, it's fun. It's silly and serious, and I do enjoy it. Yes.
Oh, good. I hope nothing was offensive.
No, I get your humor. I watch your channel, so I know what I was stepping into.
I was just hoping, like, I was just hoping that, I tell my wife a joke, and then she looks at me and she goes, "That's just not funny." and I go, "It cracked everybody up in the sewer today." So it is what it is. But Luke, how you feeling, man? Before we get going, as Luke is doing the Legion, sorry. Doc, Luke is doing his pro debut, representing New Jersey, and he's the 212. How you feeling, man?
Oh, not 212. I'm in the open.
Are you serious?
Come on, dude. Get it together.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought you were doing 212. You really doing the open? How much do you weigh?
I'm at 238 right now.
Damn. And how tall are you?
5'7".
You're gonna be standing next to Regan Grimes, dude.
Yeah.
It's all right. You'll whip it. You'll whip his ass.
I'll come in condition. This is my pro debut. I come in condition, and
I know you're gonna come in condition. That goes without saying.
When is your competition?
September 28th.
Okay.
So you got about you got pretty.
Yeah.
How much longer is that? 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2.5.
Wow.
Yep.
How's the diet?
Yeah.
It's going well.
Wonderful. Fucking wonderful, Doc.
You can't tell, though. You can't tell, Luke. I mean, his personality is.
He just wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with this conversation.
And what about?
I just came from that. I guess where I was coming from. I was coming from my trainers, from Greg. So
I always tell you guys this. If you want to skip out because you're training, but then I realized that this might be a distraction from having to think about posing and training and dieting and all that. But like, listen, dude, if you're too busy doing what you gotta do the last 2 weeks and you gotta skip out, don't worry about it. Not a big deal, bro.
Oh, no, if I could make it, I'll get on. A lot of times I'll be tired, but I can't sleep anyway. So I just get up and pose until I'm tired and then lay down.
So, all right, good. And Doc, he also has 3 jobs.
Wow.
While he's getting ready for the Legion.
Wow.
That alone should put him in the first call out.
Yeah, best of luck.
No sponsors.
Yeah, no sponsors. Yeah, he's paying for it himself. All right, guys, listen. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys coming on, of course, and the special Dr. Lisa
That's right.
Try it.
Alstoway.
Alice Dway.
Alice Way. You know, it must be, is it French or something?
It's Basque.
Basque.
Yeah, Basque
We,
Spanish.
we talked about this before, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, when the first time I was on your show. Yeah. So
Yep.
it's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
And go to her YouTube channel because I'm on there
Yeah, twice.
twice. That's right. We talked about bodybuilding and organized crime.
Yep.
And then she also had Lee Priest on. You had Phil on, Phil Clayhar. What other Oh, you had Armand Adibi on too, right?
I've had him on there actually twice.
Uh-huh.
We talked about muscle worship. It was really interesting.
Oh yeah,
That's,
he used to be into that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Hey,
told
very
him.
touching.
He
very
knows a thing or
touching
two about
subject.
that topic.
Yeah, we didn't get into deep about it, but because we were talking a lot about the low blindness stuff and whatnot and the Dave Palumbo stuff. But yeah, and I told him, I was like, look, man, if you know anybody who wants to pay me to flex or whatever, just let me know. I'll
Right.
do it. No problem.
I also have Frank Zane, if anybody's interested. I did an interview with Sean Ray.
Sean.
Really?
It's his
Yeah.
birthday. And it was
Yeah,
Sean's
yep.
birthday. Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Happy birthday, Sean.
Yep.
You had Frank Zane on. That's impressive.
Yep. He was
How did-
like one of the very first ones that I had on.
Really? Do you know how many times I've messaged Sean Ray, Frank Zane, and Lee Priest, the three of them, at least a dozen times between the three of them. I get no answer back. And that just goes to show you there's this such thing called pretty privilege, Doc.
Oh, I don't know. It's weird how the universe works. Like I watch your show and
yeah.
here I am. So there you go.
It's pretty privilege. That's what it is.
Aw.
All right. Listen, thank you very much for coming on. And gentlemen, we will be in touch and I'll talk to you guys later. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Peace.
Thanks. Bye.